At last week's concert, we took a moment to recognize our Performing Arts Secretary, Karen Reno, who was unable to make it this evening. So that's why I took that chance last year to thank her. And even though she's not here, she has just been an absolutely incredible and crucial part to what we do, not just with choir, but all of performing arts. Could you help me in giving her a round of applause? And we'll just send it to her. And the last adult that needs to be recognized tonight is Mr. Darren Worth. Can you come? It's just truly unfortunate that Mr. Worth has such a poor relationship with our students. We'll have to work on that. I wouldn't even know where to begin to find all of the words to thank this man standing next to me. This is his 8th year at Smoky Hill, and in some ways it feels like we've been working together forever, and it could also feel like it's like our 2nd year because it just flies by so fast. And Darren, we couldn't do what we do without you, and we're so lucky to have you. To move our focus back to a handful of student recognitions again. In our senior class, we have many students who have been very successful and who have received scholarships moving on to college with their various talents and academic achievements. Being the choir awards, I'd like to recognize one student in particular who is going on to college, receiving a music scholarship, Brittany LaPalme. To this day, Brittany doesn't know my side of the conversation that we had your freshman year, the conversation that was in my head. So I distinctly remember sitting across the table from Brittany and her mom at conferences in the fall of her freshman year. And in my mind, I was already scripting this particular speech because I saw the potential that she had and the direction that, in my opinion, she should go, but she had to find that path on her own. So I was already aware of where she could go, and actually where she could go was a lot of different directions. So I asked Brittany, do you have any ideas about what you're going to do in college or what career path you're going to follow? I don't know if you remember that or not. And she went on to list many fields that she was interested in, including medicine and law and science, and I don't even remember the long list because everything she said I was thinking music, 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 music. But she really could go into almost any field that she chose, and I just basically smiled and said, that's very interesting. But I did not try to push music onto her because it had to be something that she would find on her own. And if she didn't, that's okay, because we all have to find our own path and everything happens for a reason. And ultimately led her towards, she found her own path towards music. And as capable as she is in so many areas, I saw that thing in her that begged for a life in music. And as I said, she needed to find it on her own, and ultimately that led her to the path of music education. And as all of Bella can attest, Brittany's a natural teacher. I've seen more potential and heart in Brittany for this occupation than many of the college student teachers that we've had in our room over the years. So Brittany has chosen to attend the University of Wyoming as a music education major, where she was awarded their highest music talent scholarship. So proud of you and the work you've done with Bella in regards to where you're going with your career and everything that you've done for Smoky Hill and the whole choir program. I know you're going to be an absolutely a wonderful music educator someday. Thank you, Brittany. During the month of October, approximately 2,000 juniors and seniors across the state of Colorado auditioned for the all-state choirs, and about a fifth of those who auditioned were accepted into all-state choir. Also, the all-state jazz choirs statewide only accept 32 students into their organization. They're two separate organizations, two different audition processes. Hello. Being accepted into an all-state choir is the highest recognition that the state offers for individual achievement. This year we had 3 students accepted into the Colorado All-State Jazz Choirs, and come on up when I call your name, please. Elena Evans, Sydney Fleischman, and Layla Brown. These ladies had a huge amount of music to learn, specifically for their all-state jazz choir literature, and like the all-state choirs, it's basically on their own. I get them the music. There are some online resources for practicing, and I just say, you're at this level, learn your music, but let me know if you need some help with some particular spots, and they each came in here and there for some help, but it wasn't teaching them entire songs. It was, I need help on this section. Okay, there was one song. But you guys nailed it. You guys nailed it. Yeah, there was, that one song. And when we showed up to All-State back in January, every single person in their choir was like, oh my gosh, this one song is so hard and we can't memorize it. But they did it wonderfully and just represented Smoky in such a great way at All-State Jazz. So I'd like you guys to stay up here, but let's give our jazzers a And we had 6 members accepted into the all-state choir, traditional choirs. Please come up when I call your name. Layla Brown, Addie Himley, Brittany LaPalme, Phoenix Laughlin, Matt Lomas, and Eric Precio. Very, very similarly to the all-state jazz, but in the sense of the choral music, these guys did just such a great job. It was only 1 week after all-state jazz. Is that right? Yeah. So just kind of a whirlwind into January, beginning of February. I gave them their packet of 6 or so songs, and it was up to them to learn it on their own. If any of them need help, they come see me, and I don't know if any of them did. It was just they knew their job and they got it done in the midst of the musical and all of the other craziness of everything that was going on. The finals was semester 1. And this event took place in downtown at the convention area in Denver. And they joined approximately 400 other students from around the state and did just a wonderful, wonderful job, and had great clinicians to work with, and met lots of other awesome musicians around the state. So can you give me a big, help me in giving these guys a big round of applause. Thank you, all state awardees. And one of the longest standing traditions that we have with our choir program is the rose ceremony. It's that time. So I'll give